small map here compared to the one we just played on. What do you think Sora's got to do here to take down Maru?
Man, it is hard to say. We haven't seen Maru go down in a while in some PvP. Like, he's got to just be so careful with his Colossus. He's got to babysit them like nothing else.
Yeah. You know what I want to see in this game? I want to see a proxy Stargate. I want him to get into Maru's base very early on. Maru, the build that he did last game was Reaper into Reactor. You know, there are not going to be that many units that can hit the air units. If you can get that proxy Stargate out very fast, sometimes the parents can't deal with it. The guys are jumping to game number 2 right now. We're going into Echo for Maru versus Sora. Down here in the bottom right in the blue, our Terran player doing what he does is Maru.
Up here in the top left, we do have that Protoss player getting shreked last game, Sora.
Yeah.
What has he got planned on this one? It is a smaller one, as you said. Maybe Proxy will do the trick. Anything to get him ahead.
I just don't see him playing that kind of very straight up, like safe, let me babysit 1 or 2 Colossi to just barely survive on 2 base. I don't see that working against Maru.
No.
I think Protoss players have to switch it up, do something different, try to exploit the weaknesses of Maru's builds, because there definitely has to be somewhere that's weak.
Absolutely. I mean, he does make a lot of Marauders. Maybe, you know, maybe adding in some Immortals early on can help out a little bit more. Maybe going for a bit more of a hard counter to what Maru likes to do in the early part of the game, then going into Colossus or something.
That would be an interesting idea.
It's an idea at least, right? Like,
yeah.
It's clearly the Colossus tech isn't working out.
Yeah. I mean, so far, what these Protoss players are doing is definitely not working out.
Looks like it's going to be 1 Rax expand for Maru this time around there. A little bit different.
Yeah, that is different. We don't really see this too much from Maru.
Might as well. You know, you got a lot more freedom. You're up a game already. You're up against a player who is considered a little, probably fairly lesser. Time to experiment a little bit. Maybe just...
He's like, I've been practicing this build on the ladder occasionally. Why don't I just try it here against Sora?
Some ladder builds, man. Just going to go for that on the low ground. Start pumping those Marines.
Interesting pylon placement by Sora. He puts it down on the low ground behind the minerals. It's somewhere that Maru is not going to see it, and he may freak out a bit.
Yeah, I like that. Let's see if Maru's going to go for an engineering bay block or anything like that. He could if he wants to. Choosing not to, though.
Just going to come into the main base and get that scout off first, at least. Going to see the double gas here. There's a decent amount of gas being pumped out. Going to have enough for that Stalker and another support very fast. Similar build to what Milkshake was doing against Journey.
Look at that. Very quick engineering bay on the natural.
Going to be blocking there. You know, even though Sora will have the Mother support and the Stalker to deal damage to that, it still is going to take quite a while.
Yeah, good timing for it, actually, you know, because he canceled the Zealot already, so it's like, you know what, I'm just going to go for it now. Oh, man, that is huge. There's going to be an orbital upgraded and ready to go before this even goes down. 2 more racks is behind it as well. So that 3 racks follow up, so he's going to have plenty of bio ready for anything that Sora can throw at him.
I love it. You know, you just got to play safe at this point, especially on a map like Echo. I think it's almost Maru's answer to my idea, where he's just like, you know, this guy could easily just throw it on a proxy Stargate. I didn't see that last pylon. It's a decent map for it. There's like 2 or 3 pretty good places on this map you can place it. And
yeah.
He's going to have a lot of Marines out by the time it would have hit anyway. He is out in the middle of the map, though. I think he gets a sense at this point that it's not going to be that build.
You've got to be careful there. There's enough Marines. Well, not enough Marines for 2 Stalkers. They will pick them off if they find them.
I wonder if this is like a Mothership Core snipe. Like, why else would you send out 5 Marines over here?
Maybe he's looking for a... Seems like he's looking for a very quick third base. A little bit of scouting, maybe a little bit of a throwaway. He's going to come up here, though, and he's going to be a little sad. 2 Stalkers will be enough. Unless they're microed poorly, of course.
Well, one of them already taking a ton of damage here. But at the end of the day, neither of them going to go down.
It's an expensive scout in the end of all things. Sees what he has to. Robo, extra gates.
Yeah. We saw 1 extra gate, which is interesting because, I don't know, it's almost like he snuck out that extra gate just because his Nexus was later. He was able to put it through, but essentially it's a very similar build to game 1.
Seeing that production get up and running for Maru now. Adding the add-ons, Reactor, Tech Lab onto those extra barracks.
Ooh, someone's listening to the cast move wave.
Uh-oh. Well, I like this a lot. I like this. It's smart.
It makes sense.
It makes
yeah,
sense.
exactly. Like
it's logical, Valdez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how a StarCraft pro is supposed to think.
Absolutely. But let's see if it actually works in practice now. Because he's like, okay, I'm making the Immortals. I'm going to stop him from overwhelming me with Marauders early on.
And let's see how many he makes, too. Could just be 1, just because there was a hitch in his build with that gigantic eBay block.
It could be. We'll see.
Yeah,
it's going to go right into Colossus. Look at this.
This is the force field, so everything gets in. But at the same time, not going to find too much damage.
Yeah, not too much. Getting actually a few probes, and he used all the energy up on these sentries.
I mean, it was like 9 Marines and 2 Marauders for, you know, the energy on the sentries, a Stalker and 3 probes, and the Photon Overcharge.
Probably the best case scenario against Maru. And now we are seeing extra gateways being added. Let's see, actually. This could be an all-in as well, Valdez.
It could.
We're seeing no Forge behind this. And range is on the way. Sentry's on the way. An extra gateway. Yeah, this is an all-in. 2 base all-in. Maru sees that there is no third base in the making at all. So he might be suspecting something going on.
Keep in mind, Maru is the player that saw a gas that was, I would say, maybe at most 30 seconds late against stats, and he knew there was a hidden base on a giant map. Do you remember that game? He like walked into the natural and saw the gas was slightly late.
Right,
and he immediately knew that stats was hiding a base on the map.
Exactly,
and
right.
He scouted it.
This scan is also very important. It shows the composition. It's like, okay, you went Immortal into Colossus. You're making sentries with this army. This leads me to believe you are going to try and all-in me.
Yeah, I think he's gotten a decent idea, at least at this point.
I love seeing these observers get picked off as well.
But we do have the probe coming down. Let's see if this fools Maru. Of course, no more probes being made.
No probes being made. Only a pylon at this third base as well. And Maru's just pulling back. Waiting for these 2 medivacs to come across the map.
That's already a lot of Protoss units. Even the Immortal in there is going to help out so much against that heavy Marauder style, just like we were talking about.
Yeah, it's going to make a big difference.
I think Maru knows he's picking up, he's boosting away. He just needs to survive for now.
Yeah, we're not seeing any extra bunkers or anything else being made. It's simply fire from here on out. Maru's just going to try and man mode it and plow through it.
Oh, some Stalkers from behind, in fact. Trying to trap this Maru army, but Maru just trying to kite this, but the Protoss army now moving in position to try to go to the front of Maru's base.
The bunkers are a little too late at this point. That is a lot of sentries behind us. 3 Colossus as well with range.
This is an insanely all-in build right now from Sora. He's just going for it.
That big army flanking as well. Getting rid of that pylon, very important.
Trying to come from behind and flank those Colossi, trying to focus him down. He gets 1. Can he get another? He does.
Oh, he might even get the 3rd. So close to it.
But it does live, and still so many gateways, and that second bunker is not complete.
Oh, man.
That would have might hit, though.
Oh, Maru, he just holds on like nothing else. I think any other Terran would have just died there. Really great positioning. Great reaction making Widow Mines when he had to as well.
Oh, and he also has 1-1. I didn't even see him sneak that out.
Oh, behind this, making more medivacs because he's run out of energy on the current one. That is not much of an army. That is not an army fit to fight Marauders. Not at all. And look at this. He scans the third. He knows it's all in.
And this is the moment where the Protoss is like, oh, well, I guess it failed, so let me add the Forge and Twilight Council.
Time for that awkward sort of transition out of an all-in.
That timing, that just doesn't make sense. It only makes sense because you have to make those buildings.
I think Maru would probably look for a counterattack at this point.
Yeah, he may just go for it. He may just forego making that third base for now. He's got so many Marauders in this mix.
Yeah. He's currently sitting at about 18 Marauders, 5 Marines.
That says so much.
It's so much.
About Maru, even compared to Journey.
Yeah, and look at this as well. That Warp Prism actually going to buy him a lot of time there.
This is a nice idea. You know, he's got so many gateways in his main. He could warp it even more stuff if he wanted to. There's not much back here for Maru to defend this, in fact. It's going to be those reinforcements. And just too late on the warp-ins. He wasn't able to get any pressure down there. All the Zealots go down, and he immediately starts mining again.
Now there's a bit of a contain at the natural here. Sora is going to have to try and fight it, though, pretty soon because he cannot afford to not have a third.
Maru just goes in with half his army
of
Marauders.
Dropping the Widow Mines as well.
Interesting idea. It's going to work out for him.
I like it.
Already up 30 supply now. Like you said, just containing Sora in here. One behind Dark Shrine.
Just
Here we go again.
Yeah, just a little too late this time. This is such a hard concave to fight into with pure Stalker Colossus as well. Ooh, forcing out the photon overcharge. Yeah. 30 supply lead, 40 supply lead.
It is just beautiful to watch Maru do this too. His army control is some of the best I've ever seen. Like, he engages when it's advantageous for him, but if it ever becomes not advantageous, he uses the speed and mobility of his bio and just immediately retreat and just restart the fight. He never overcommits, ever.
Yeah, he is so smart when it comes to this kind of engagement, and he's the only Terran doing it at this point. Here we go again. Blink is on the cards there. Might be a bit of a harder fight for Maru. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's trying to go in there and snipe out those Colossi. He does get one.
Just one. More on the way there. Blink forward. Bit of a mistake at this point.
There's the rest of the bio, and here come the Widow Mines going behind. Look at this.
Oh, man. Big hit. Actually hitting some of his medivacs as well. eight for effort there.
Yeah, nice idea. A bit of flair.
And this looks like a bit of a cleanup. Not going to put the nail in the coffin just yet there and wait for more units.
Not going to overcommit. He's got the economy to do it. He does have that third CC up. He's just going to continue parading units across the map.
DTs, once again, have been walked in from that bottom left pylon. So they'll be looking to do some damage at the third and natural. See if Maru is prepared for it this time around.
Now there's Stim in here. Sora just can't go down the ramp.
Burden overcharge activated once again. Looking for that Colossus kill.
He saw blood in the water and he's like, oh, I can take this fight. And he goes up the ramp, but just forcing out the overcharge, and he knew he was taking some damage. Tried to snipe the Colossus, but he couldn't quite do it. So he just immediately backs off.
Here we go again. Yep. TTs once again. Looks like he found damage in the main base. Second one coming in now.
Yeah, the damage is okay. The real damage that's being done is forcing Maru to bring back his units. It gives Sora some, relief of pressure here to try to, actually put down a third base or at least get a decent army up.
Well, still pretty hefty supply lead for Maru. I don't see how Sora is going to survive this one. He's even moving out right under a scan, so one last ditch effort perhaps. Nice Colossus shots. What? Not even sure if that was.
Yeah, I don't know why he did that, actually.
Pulling the probes as well from the main base. It is time.
Perhaps that's why.
Pulling the boys.
Pulling the robots, that's what that is.
Pulling the robots. And Maru's actually just going to get out of it. He's like, well, this is weird.
He's like, I've never dealt with this before.
No, this is something else. Bit of a desperation move, Sora.
I've definitely done this on the ladder before.
Have you, fellas? All right. We're going to call it doing a Valdez from now on. You're the bit by bit.
It's not a good build. Don't try it.
Bit by bit from Protoss, man. Look at this, the death drop.
I don't support this build. Someone named it after me, I swear.
And now, Maru's going to pull the boys. Something he doesn't usually do, but why not?
Occasionally when he needs to defend, I suppose, but...
You fight machines with boys. Here we go.
Well, he does have the 2-2 finish now, so it's going to be a crazy hard fight here for Sora. Down so much supply. And he's just going to back off.
Looking to counter those drops. Sora just buying time here.
Yeah, just desperation at this point.
Desperation, I like that. That's what it is, exactly. He's got a pretty good position at the moment.
Maru has 2 Vikings in the air.
Oh, wow. Losing a lot of Stalkers for nothing.
Those 2 Vikings, I think, were from when he was trying to hold off the Colossus all in.
Yeah.
2 base.
They just live forever. But here we go, the big drop. They're getting some few pickoffs there.
Yeah. Sora just running away, losing so much at the same time. Force field's off 1 round. Decent idea. He's going to buy himself some time. But is there any energy left? Doesn't look like it. Going to come from behind.
Oh, it's just too much bio. Nothing's going to live.
Crushing defeat once again. GG. Maru takes game number 2. Very Maru-like fashion.
Very one-sided. Once again, Sora just not finding anything in these games. Not even an all-in will surprise Maru.
And man, the hype is real for Maru. They keep showing his hand. You know, he is the champion of SSL Season 1.
This guy needs to wipe his lip a little bit.
Yeah, perhaps, Moonlight, perhaps.
I don't know, man. He's frothing at the mouth. He's trying so hard to beat Maru.
Can't quite make it work. Look at Sora. Just a feeling of, I don't know, just futility at this point. He's like, I can't do it, coach. I don't know. This guy is just too good.
What can he do? Now the map is Varney Research Station, an even easier map for Maru to do his work on. Sora, he's looking hopeless. The hopelessness is in his expressions.
Yeah, you can tell.
It's like, what do I do, coach? And the coach is like, I don't know, bro. No one beats him anymore.